Hi, this is Chuck King. Today on the King's Guide, we're hitching a ride to the Spokane Valley Heritage Museum. We'll visit with Jane Singleton, the museum's executive director, along the way.
Hello?
Hello, Jane Singleton.
Chuck King.
How are you?
Better now that I'm talking to you.
You want to go to the museum?
Actually, I think that's a great idea. You want to meet me?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'm at Riblet.
Okay, all right, sounds good. We'll pick you up. We're picking up Jane at Arborcrest Winery in a 1939 Packard 8, which belongs to Gary Grovner. We're grateful to Gary for donating his time, chauffeuring us in his beautiful car for the occasion.
This is a 39 Packard, and it's a straight 8. This was not the high-end Packard that the movie stars drove around in, but it was the better one than the average guy on the street would buy.
Nicknamed the American Rolls-Royce, the Packard came equipped with a heater, deluxe steering wheel, a clock, a column shifter, and bumper guards. The hood ornament, or Goddess of Speed, could be added as an option back in 1939. People jokingly refer to her as the Donut Chaser.
This car in 1939, equipped with the options on it, would have run you about $1,500. And that was at a time when a new Chevy or Ford or Plymouth had cost you about $7,500.
Gary bought the car in 1986 and commenced immediately on a full restoration. Apparently, it had been sitting in Brown's Edition for several decades due to a transmission problem.
1939 was the first year that Packard went to a column shift from the floor shift. And like a lot of these old cars, it was they were notorious for getting stuck in one gear or the other if you didn't shift them just right. And the story was that Mrs. Reed, who was the doctor's wife, was driving this car downtown Spokane in the early 50s, and she got it stuck in reverse. Well, Spokane in the 50s wasn't very busy compared to now. She had to drive home to Brown's Edition across from the Campbell house where they lived in reverse. And add insult to injury, she said she missed the driveway approach and had to go around the block another time. She put the car in the garage and refused to drive it. And it basically sat there until about 1986 when I bought it.
We're meeting Jane Singleton at the Royal Riblet Mansion, known today as Arborcrest Wine Cellars. The Riblets completed construction on the mansion in 1924, just 15 years before Packard rolled this classic car off the line. And who knows? Maybe Gary's car has been here before. It's easy to imagine a car of this vintage rolling up to the mansion for a visit, out in the country, up here on the plateau. I met Jane Singleton back in 2002 after she was featured in the newspaper for wanting to start a museum in the Spokane Valley. We became fast friends because of our mutual love for local history.
There's a picture of me holding an old historic photo, and then a whole article in 2002. It was March of 2002. Well, we were both doing the same thing. I was collecting Valley history, he was collecting Valley history, but we didn't know each other.
Looked up her address in the phone book and just went over to her house and told her I had a bunch of junk in the backyard.
you said crap.
Yeah, I said crap.
I said,
but
no, historic
yeah,
treasure.
so I'd been collecting stuff and thought maybe I'd, join in the effort.
Just had the time of our lives preserving history.
In 2005, the Spokane Valley Heritage Museum moved into the old Opportunity Township Hall on Sprague, just west of Pines Road. The mission-inspired architecture of the Township Hall, which was built in 1912, truly sets it apart as one of Spokane Valley's most unique buildings.
Well, we were looking at the Township Hall for quite a while. You know, it seemed logical. It seemed absolutely perfect, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Well, what happened is that the city had got the building, and they didn't know what to do with it. The building was designated a historic landmark in 1996, and in the nomination, Linda Yeomans writes, quote, "The Township Hall quickly becomes the central focal point and gathering spot for the community. Friends gathered and laughter rang. Stories were shared and tears were shed. People looked to each other for help in time of need, and the little community of opportunity grew stronger. It was the perfect location to house and exhibit the stories and history of the people of Spokane Valley."
The history in this entire region began out here in the Spokane Valley.
Yeah.
Just a little west of where the state line is now.
Yeah.
First store, house, post office, Highway 10. There's so much was happening here. And I couldn't believe it. You couldn't believe it. Why isn't this in a repository? Why isn't there a place where young people or even older people can come and connect or learn? There's so many what we call lo and beholds, where you think, how's this going to work out? And lo and behold, it just does.
Yeah. It seems like a long time ago now.
It was.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, a lot of life has happened since then.
Yeah.
A lot of exhibits have happened since then as well. Everything from stories of the local tribes to Civil War history, early pioneers, farming the valley, and beyond. At one point, we even installed a gas station replica inside the museum.
That was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was
Yep.
in Texaco, and Chuck and I had been to Montana, and remember we were looking at that guy's stuff, and out in the field we could kind of see something, and it was fascia off a Texaco gas station,
Yep.
and you said, we got to have that. And that's how the gas station was really born.
Think of the old service station and how people would pump your gas, check your oil, and wash your windshield for you.
For service that is tops and gas that's extra fine, there's a smile for every mile at the SO sign.
That era may be gone, but the memories of it are very powerful for the people who visited the museum and saw the display.
And it even had a window in it, and a vintage drinking fountain,
Yep.
gas pumps,
Yep.
all the other things that have been donated to the museum that are, Petroliana
Yep.
related.
Everyone seems to have their favorite exhibit, including Jane.
I know what I would say. I would say the Nat Park exhibit was the most evocative, the most moving to people, either tears of joy, laughter, memories.
Memories of Nat Park will be stoked again this summer when a new Nat Park exhibit comes to the museum in July.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Because, people come in the museum and you want something for men, you want something for women, something for kids, you want something for everybody, something for all generations.
Yep.
Learn more about the Spokane Valley Heritage Museum online at SpokaneValleyMuseum.com or just drop by. The museum is open Wednesday through Saturday, opening at 11 a.m. Group tours are available. And if you're looking for more information about your valley home or family, the museum has thousands of records that can help advance your research. I'm Chuck King. See you next time on the King's Guide. If you like today's goodies on Spokane history, make sure you subscribe to Nostalgia Magazine. You'll find more goodies in every issue. Ageless stories, ageless photos. That's Nostalgia Magazine.
Love is just around the corner, in a cozy little corner.
This exhibit
Love
is
is
about
just around the corner,
Washington Territory's
and
first governor,
I'm around
Isaac Stevens. You've heard of Stevens County,
I'm a sentimental
Stevens
mourner,
Road, and so on.
and
This
I
is an
couldn't
interesting
be
artifact. This is called a Sibley stove.
On that corner,
The
just waiting
generals, the officers in the Civil War, were the only ones really that had these to heat their tents. This exhibit has been here for a while and probably will continue to be, but people learn a lot and you can really get a sense of what the valley was like, what this region was like, why 1858 was such a significant year.
and
It's not sitting here right now. I need this prop. I need this prop. So, people come in and want information on either family members, their house, an event, historical figure. So there's about 5,000 records in the searchable database right now. You have 10,000 photos. Lots of primary resources here to look for that information. Welcome and invite everyone who's looking for answers to who they are, information on historical sites, historical figures.
Sure. Okay, you guys want to wave? Except not in front of her face, Chuck. There you go.